Welcome one and all to a very special episode of 7 WrestleMania Sunday Morning Hot Takes. Night 1 is already in the books, and Night 2 is mere hours away. This is essentially your halftime show. I'm the dispatcher. Let's go. Hot take number 1. 3 title changes last night. Only Tiffany was able to retain. Charlotte did a great job of making her a sympathetic face, but it will be interesting to see if Tiffany can maintain her popularity against an opponent that isn't hated like the plague. War Raiders look great in defeat, but a New Day run is long overdue. And don't feel too bad about Gunther. He'll have the world title back again sooner or later. Gunther and Gold are natural companions, and he won't be without a symbol of prestige and excellence for long. 4 more title matches tonight, and I think we'll see at least 1 more change hands, but not more than 2. Hot take number 2. So congratulations to Jay, congratulations to the New Day, and congratulations to Jacob Fatu. I actually popped a little when I saw Haku was the first one to greet Fatu after his victory, and it made me want to tell a little story about Haku. No, it's not a story about him beating somebody up in a bar or biting off a part of someone's face. It's a story that takes place here in Toronto, WrestleMania 6 in Skydome. The second match of the evening, an often overlooked gem, is Haku's finest WrestleMania moment. The match is memorable for being essentially Andre the Giant's last match before a broadcast audience. Haku and Andre were tag team champions, defending their titles against Demolition. Now Andre at this point could barely go, and hardly gets in the ring at all, and Haku just works and works and works and works. And finally, when Demolition hit their finishing move and get the 3 count, the pop from the Skydome audience is huge. So much so that Axe and Smash are intoxicated in the moment, smiling and hugging, their faces bursting with joy. Even in the post-match interview, it's a happy, almost silly Demolition that feels weird and out of character. It's also the last time we really see the best version of Demolition. When I think about this match, I like to think about the reception each of the participants received backstage. I'm sure that Demolition got a lot of high fives and hugs and handshakes for a job well done. And I'm sure that Andre, who came through the gorilla position next after his babyface turn, would have received a very warm response with everybody probably recognizing the historic weight of Andre's legendary legacy. But it's easy for me to believe that the most enthusiastic congratulations were reserved for Bobby the Brain and Haku as they came through the curtain last. Look at the talent that was in the ring, yet it was Haku that carried that match, and it was a smashing success. So hats off to Jacob Fatu, and hats off to proud father Haku, one of the unsung heroes of the Golden Era. Hot take number 3. This isn't a hot take so much as just information. In the spirit of Haku being one of the most consistent performers, I wanted to look at which wrestlers were featured most prominently this year from Mania to Mania. My criteria was simple. If they appeared in a match on a PLE or Saturday night's main event, they got a point. However, I did not include the Royal Rumble match, but I did give Jay an extra point for winning it. Some of the results were predictable, some were eyebrow-raising. Let's go over it. In positions 14 through 20, we have Roman, Seth, and CM Punk, 3 wrestlers all in the same match tonight. We also have LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, who also fought each other also on night 1. For the ladies, Io Sky and Naomi. Good for her. In positions 11 through 13, it's Solo Sikoa, Nia Jax, 2 wrestlers whose trajectories seem to have stuttered, and Rhea Ripley. 6 through 10, it's Sammy, Kevin Owens, Bayley, Bianca, and Jey Uso. Tied with Gunther for 4th, and the top lady is Liv Morgan. 3rd most appearances is Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest has worked very hard and has the 2nd most, and the number 1 most prominently featured wrestler this year, as he should be, was Cody Rhodes. Hot take number 4. 2 wrestlers not at WrestleMania this year are also 2 wrestlers featured in one of the most frustrating unresolved storylines of the modern era. I'm talking about Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. 4 years ago, they were tag team champions at WrestleMania 37, then lost the titles in May, Then in June, Baszler got spooked by Alexa Bliss. Then in September, she attacked Nia out of the blue, writing her off TV and out of the WWE. So now Nia's come back. Alexa Bliss is back again, and none of this has ever been addressed except for an awkward backstage segment where they nod uncomfortably at one another to signal that they have unfinished business. But that's it. So let's clear this up and have Nia feud with Shayna, or have them work it out and go after Alexa. And while we're at it, can someone please explain to me why Tegan Nox and Shotzi never cross paths again after securing a title shot for the tag belts? Hot take number 5. And on the subject of women's tag teams that disintegrate, I've seen the prediction that Lyra and Bayley will have a split, with one of them turning heel, from at least 4 different sources. And I can't figure it out. Do people want it to happen? Do they just think it will happen? Does anybody think it's a good idea? Because I really don't. At least not yet. They have a good alliance, and I don't think a heel turn would give either of their characters a lift, and it would probably come at the expense of the other. Meanwhile, that side of the division has lots of ladies for Lyra or Bayley to mix with, including Raquel, Roxanne Perez, Zoe Stark, Ivy Nile, Dakota Kai, Alexa Bliss, and of course, Liv Morgan. I think the ideal scenario is to have Liv win the Intercontinental, and then for the next 9 months, Bayley mentors Lyra back to the championship. And then she can turn on her. For the record, I can think of 3 ways Lyra and Bayley win tonight that could lead to a Liv-Lyra match at Backlash. By countout, by DQ, or they win the titles, and it's Bayley's focus on the tag belts that costs Lyra the Intercontinental and eventually becomes the wedge between them. Hot take number 6. Not announcing Orton's opponent makes for good theater, and the top 5 possible opponents have been well surveyed. Nick Aldis, Solo Sikoa, Rusev, Aleister Black, Sheamus. I don't think it's going to be any of those, however, because while they would all be decent choices for any other PLE, they just don't meet the moment for WrestleMania. I think WWE has something big in their back pockets, and this isn't Plan B, this has always been Plan A. Given that Randy is on the cover of the Backlash poster, I'm predicting an Orton loss to whomever he faces. But if it isn't Sami Zayn, I'm going to be seriously disappointed. Side note, Kevin Owens was in attendance at the Hall of Fame ceremony. There's only one other opponent that makes more sense from a narrative point of view. Almost 7 months back, Kevin Owens was supposed to have a tag match with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. He promised a mystery partner, but when nobody showed up, he came out with an unremarkable individual introduced simply as Ricky. Then Orton's music hit. KO hit the stunner on poor Ricky, and Orton apologized to Kevin for being late, and we had our match. It has to be Ricky, right? That was his moment, his opportunity, and it was snatched away from him at the last moment by Randy Orton. And now, at the last moment again, Ricky replaces the man who betrayed him with the stunner to get his revenge on his usurper. I can't wait for McAfee to say, "Is that Ricky's music?" And for Cole to respond, "No one knows." Hot take number 7. So I work in logistics and communications. In fact, I might be a letter carrier for Canada Post, but no one knows for sure. Recently, I intercepted a letter written to John Cena. It was misaddressed to Skydome. Perhaps the person who said it thinks that when a wrestler turns heel, he now lives in the building that the heel turn took place in. It's from Belgium, from Brussels. It's got a bunch of stamps all over it. Now, no one should ever invade the privacy of another person by opening and reading mail that isn't addressed to them. And you certainly shouldn't read it aloud in a YouTube video. It would be against the law and unethical, and I strongly suggest you never ever do it. Having said that, I'm going to go ahead and share it with you now. Dear John, I know we've both been through a lot. You wouldn't believe how much my life has changed since you were here. I just wanted you to know I can't see you losing to Cody. Oh, that's sweet. I'm always in your corner, that poor kid. In parentheses, it says, you know the one I mean. Thanks for being here. Have an amazing Mania 41, Night 2, Easter Sunday, 420. I'm the dispatcher, you're on the top turnbuckle, and every day is a sunset flip.